Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For today's video, I'm going to be stuffing my cash envelopes for week 1 of November. I have already filled out my November budget with you all. If you missed that video, I will link it in a card above. And I mentioned in that video that I'm going to try to do all of my variable spending during the month of November in cash. This is very different for me. Typically, I do cash for just 1 or 2 categories. For quite a while in my budget journey, I used cash envelopes regularly, but I've gotten away from that. And we're going back to doing things in cash this month. We're going to see how it goes. I mentioned in that video that even if I swipe my credit card for something, I'm going to then pay that credit card using the cash. And I just think that having to be accountable to a stack of cash is really going to help keep me on track with my variable spending. In October, we did manage to come in under budget and our variable spending was so much better. Check out that video as well if you missed it, my budget closeout. I was pretty proud of myself for how well we did. But I think that using cash is going to make things even better. So I have already set up all of my cash envelopes. These are envelopes that are available in my Etsy shop. They're just paper envelopes and they come from the October collection, the Pop of Plaid collection. That's these like plaid ones, and then also the Harvest collection from November. That's the other ones. So I did a combination of both. I think they all coordinate quite well. And what I did was I just cut the paper envelopes out, cut along that solid line with just a pair of scissors. I folded along the dotted lines and used an adhesive roller to glue them, and then I just punched them using my little punch and went ahead and labeled them just using regular ink. So the envelopes that I'm going to be stuffing today are food and household. This is going to be for all of our grocery shopping, any household items that we purchase, as well as any eating out that we do. I have my envelope. This is where I will keep my spending money. I have gas. This is a big departure for me. I never use cash for gas because it's just inconvenient, but I figured even if I use my credit card, I can just take the cash from this envelope and use it to pay that credit card. But having the cash and having it be tangible and being able to count what I have left, I feel like that's going to keep me on track. Although gas is kind of one of those things, like, it's not really avoidable. If you need gas, you need gas. It's not like I can just say, oh, I'm not going to go anywhere because I'm out of gas. Some places you just got to get. But either way, it fit with the theme. I went ahead and made a gas envelope as well. I have miscellaneous. This will be for anything else that comes up throughout the month that I might need cash for. I have spending. This is where I will keep my son's allowance and my husband's spending money, at least until I give it to them. I need a place to kind of store it until I see them. Usually I stuff my cash envelopes first thing in the morning and I don't see them until the evening, so that's just kind of that envelope. And then I have this envelope here for credit cards. So like I said, anytime I swipe a credit card, I'll put the cash in this envelope so I can deposit it into the bank to make that payment. And also, if at the end of the week or the end of the month, I haven't really decided yet when I have cash left over in any of my envelopes, I think I'm going to use that as an extra debt payment. So that's another incentive for me to spend less, knowing that any cash I have left over is going to be made into a credit card payment. So those are the envelopes. I have them all assembled and punched and ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and get them into my wallet. This wallet comes from Amazon. It's not exactly autumnal, it's more spring, but I'm not going to get a brand new wallet every time that, you know, the seasons change. I do like this one a lot. It's been holding up quite nicely. And I'm just going to pop my envelopes in here. And actually, I'm hearing quite a bit of change roll around in there. So I might go ahead and put this change into my little change jar during this video too. And don't mind this Outback Steakhouse gift card here. I just popped that in front of my driver's license so as not to give the internet my address. Alright, so let's get these in here. They are kind of in the order that I want them. And I kind of punched them a little wonky, but they'll line up just the same. So as I mentioned, all of these envelopes as well as all of the printables that you're going to see today are available in my Etsy shop. So I have my Etsy shop listed down below with a coupon code that'll take 15% off for all my YouTube friends. So let's just go ahead and figure out what we need in terms of cash. So when I set up my monthly budget with you guys, I kind of told you how I came to these monthly numbers for food and household, gas, spending, and miscellaneous. And basically, I chose a set amount for each week and then just multiplied that amount by 5 since there's 5 weeks or 5 paychecks in November. So $12.50 for food and household, for example, I got to that number by designating $2.50 a week for those 5 weeks. So that's what I'm going to be stuffing my envelope with, sort of a fifth of this overall budget. Now, with the way that I budget, I don't budget by week necessarily. I budget by month. I do check in weekly, but you know, it's $12.50 a month. If I spend more than $2.50 a week, it's not the end of the world as long as I come in under budget overall for the month. But I am going to stick with that weekly amount in cash. If I have to spend more than that, I will use my card, but I'm really going to try to stick to that weekly budget. And so what I'm going to do is pull out some worksheets that I need to use here. I have a cash breakdown here so that I can figure out how much cash I need to pull out of the bank and in what denominations. And then I also have this fun new tracker I just created. This specific one's not available in my Etsy shop yet. I just designed this. I haven't even had a chance to test it, so we're going to kind of test it today. If this is something you'd like to see me add to my Etsy shop, I can do that. This is basically going to be where I track my cash spending. I know a lot of people like to keep track of their cash spending on a little card that they keep right in their cash envelopes, but when I'm checking out at the grocery store, the last thing I want to try to do is fumble with the cash and then write everything down. So instead, I'll just keep my receipts, come home, and keep track of my spending on this little worksheet. So I'm going to pull, for now, just the cash breakdown and pull it up here so that I can use it to figure out how much cash I need to pull out of the bank. I feel like I've been talking a really long time. Sorry, you guys. I'm very chatty this morning. Okay, so as I mentioned, I showed you guys the categories. What I'm going to pull out of the bank for cash is our food and household for the week, which I said was going to be $2.50. We're gonna do gas, and for gas we're gonna pull out $60. I'm gonna do our spending money. So for Austin, I'm actually gonna give him his entire monthly allowance all at once. That's what he has asked me to do. He's basically just putting all of his cash into savings. So it's $25 a week times 5 weeks, so $125. So I'm going to pull that full amount out and give it to him. For my husband, he's just going to get a week's worth of cash, so that's $60. For myself, I'm going to do a week's worth of cash, and for me that's $40. And then we have miscellaneous, which is also going to be $40. So let me go ahead and add all of this up really quickly so we can get a total. So we have $2.50 plus 60 plus 125 plus 60 plus 40 plus 40. So I'm going to need a total of $575, but I just realized I also need to pull out cash for my 50 envelope challenge, the envelopes that we pulled when I did my monthly budget. So there's 5 envelopes here, and I need to make sure to pull all that cash. So I'm going to need $9. I'm going to need $25 for envelope 25. I'm glad I remembered this. We're going to need $32 for envelope 32. We're going to need $34 for envelope 34. $38. And back to 9. So now let's add this up. I'm really glad I remembered that. Well, we already know it's $575 plus 9 plus 25 plus 32 plus 34 plus 38. So $713 is what I need to pull out of the bank. And now I'm going to use this section to figure out the denominations. So I think for food and household, what I'm going to do is mostly 20s, I think, just so that it's easier to make change if I need to. Let's do 10 20s and a 50. For gas, we're going to do 3 20s. For Austin, we will do 100, a 20, and a 5. He likes larger bills. That way he's less likely to spend the money and more likely to save it. For my husband, we're going to do 3 20s. It's going to be a lot of 20s, you guys. For myself, it's going to be 2 20s. Miscellaneous will be 2 20s. For the envelope with $9, we'll do a 5 and 4 ones. We'll do a 20 and a 5 for 25. For 32, it'll be a 20, a 10, and 2 ones. For 34, it'll be a 20, a 10, and 4 ones. And for 38, it'll be a 20, a 10, a 5, and 3 ones. Is that right? I hope so. So now we're just going to go down the line and count these all up. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of 20s. But for ones, we're going to do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 ones, and that's a total of $13. For fives, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 fives for a total of $20. We're going to do 3 10s for a total of $30. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 20s, which is a total of $500. We're going to do 150 for a total of 50, and 100 for a total of 100. And if I did all of that accurately, the value of bills should add up to this 713. So let's find out. 13 plus 20 plus 30 plus 500 plus 50 plus 100 is 713. Can you see? So I'm going to go ahead and pull out $713 in these denominations, and I'll be right back to stuff the cash envelopes. Alright, my friends, so I have all of the cash here. I pulled out the $713 from the bank. I'm going to give it a quick count, and then we're going to fill in my envelope trackers and get these envelopes stuffed. So we're looking for $713. So I'm just going to kind of put this in order, make it a little bit easier to count. All right. So we have 100, 150. You know what? I'm going to save the 50 for last, or close to last. That way it doesn't mess up my counting. You throw in an odd 50 in there and it just makes it so much harder for everything to count. So we have 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85, 20, 40, 60, 86, 650, 660, 670, 680, 685, 690, 695, 700, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's 713. And we're going to go ahead and pull in my little cash tray here to make it a little bit easier on myself. And we were looking for 100, which I do have here. 150, which I have buried in here somewhere. 25 20s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Perfect. We were looking for 3 10s. 1, 2, 3. 4 5s. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And last but not least, 13 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so I've got all of my cash ready here. And let's really quickly go ahead and fill in this guy. Like I said, I have not tested this worksheet out at all. I don't have any idea how it's going to work, but we're just going to test it together. So there's a place here for the fund and the starting balance, and then there's a place to track the different transactions. So the date, the description. It's not a lot of space, but it's enough for like a brief description of where the money was spent and then how much was spent and then the new balance. It's pretty tiny. If I had to do it again, I might do just like 4 envelopes per page and have them going this way. That's still something I can do. Like I said, this is like my first run through with this worksheet, and that's why it's not available in my Etsy shop yet, because we're still kind of troubleshooting it and putting the finishing touches on it. So the funds, we said, I have my little page for reference off to the side here. Our food and household. Gas. We have my envelope. We also have a spending envelope, which I guess I don't really need to track because it's just going to be the money being put in there and then immediately being taken out. But I've already done it now, so that's okay. I've got more than enough envelopes here because there's a space to track 8 and I only have 6 envelopes that I'm using. What's the other ones? We have miscellaneous. And then I think the only other one we have is the credit card one, right? So I'm going to have the starting balance be what I'm putting in today. So for food and household, it's going to be $2.50. For gas, we said $60. For my envelope, it's going to be $40. For the spending envelope, it'll be Austin's and Eric's. So 125 plus 60, 185. will go in there. And it's essentially just parking for the cash until I can give it to my guys. For miscellaneous, we said 40, and credit card is going to start with nothing, but then as we use the card, if we use the card, we'll add money to it. So yeah, I think that's all I needed to do for this page, just kind of get it set up. I think it's really cute. I just don't know if it's functional with how small it is. You guys leave me some feedback and let me know. All right. Now the fun part. Let's go ahead and get these envelopes stuffed. So I'm going to move this out of the way. And we're going to start with food and household. You know what? I think maybe I'll take these envelopes back out of here. Make it easier to stuff them. So for food and household, we're going to do $2.50. And we said 10 20s and a 50. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 20s and a 50. So that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 2, 250. And that will be for any food that we buy this week, whether it be at the grocery store or eating out, as well as any household items. So that takes care of that. Next we'll do gas. So that's next on my list. And we're going to do 3 20s for that. 1, 2, 3. That's 20, 40, 60. My apologies if you can hear any noise in the background. I've got Austin home from school today and he's cleaning my kitchen as we speak. It's a teacher in service day today, so he didn't have any school. So he's using that time to catch up on some chores. All right, for my envelope, I'm going to do 40. That's 2 20s. Miscellaneous is also going to get 2 20s. For spending, this is my guys, so Eric and Austin. So Eric gets 60, 20, 40, 60, and Austin is going to get 125, which we said was 100, 120, and 15. So I'm just going to park this cash here until I see my guys later on. I'll give them their cash for the week. So that's going to go there. And then lastly is credit card, which, as we said, we're not stuffing today. That'll just be where I put the cash if I use the card. So that's it for my cash envelopes. We'll go ahead and get those put back into my wallet, and we'll really quickly go ahead and pull the change and get that put into my change jar. Alright, so there's that. Let's go ahead and pull the change out. I'm going to keep 1 quarter just in case I go to Aldi. I haven't been to Aldi in ages, but I always keep the quarter. Let me grab my coin counting jar, which is very dusty because we haven't added any coins in a while. Alright, so I have $48.75 in there right now. We're just going to go ahead and add all of these coins. And now we have $50.45. I don't really keep track of the coins like on a tracker or anything. They just are what they are. So we're up over $50 now, which is awesome. All right, let's go ahead now and stuff these guys for our 50 envelope challenge. So for the 9 envelope, we're gonna add 5, 6, $7, $8, $9. And this cash, if you're new here, the cash for the 50 envelope challenge is being saved for my youngest son's car. We're gonna have to buy him a car in January of 2024. All right, for 25, we'll do a 20 and a 5. I'll probably do subsequent cash envelope stuffings just in my weekly check-in video because they won't be nearly as long. But leave me a comment down below and let me know. Do you like to see the cash envelope stuffing separate, or do you like it kind of mixed in with another video? It's kind of fun having it be its own video, but 20, 30, 31, 32, you guys let me know what you'd like to see. $34 is going to get 20, 10, and 4 ones. That's 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. And lastly, there should be $38 left here if we did everything right. So we've got 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38. Perfect. All right, my friends. So that is it then for my cash stuffing. I'm pretty excited about being all cash for November, at least for my variable spending, and I'm pretty excited about this tracker. Like I said, I'm still tweaking it. I don't know for sure if it's going to work out, if it's too small. I'd love to hear your feedback down below if this is something you would use and what changes you would like to see me make for it. If you have any other questions, comments, leave them down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!